Hi everyone, this is Alicia Young with Creative Works by Alicia. I'm coming at you, it's a little late. I had my craft show. I had on December 6th and 7th, and then I had another smaller event on the 12th. And I'm a little late in doing this video. It's not going to go quietly as I expected. I had an unexpected, another death in my family, and so I just kind of just threw some stuff together. I've been putting it off since I had the death of my family, and I just wanted to kind of do this video and get this out of the way. Um, my craft show at Heim that I had December 6th and 7th was a huge success. I want to say probably I sold between my show all the shows I did this year, Sweet Home, I did in, I want to say it was in October. Did I do it in October? September or October, I think I did Sweet Home, because Sweet Home, I usually do their fall. I usually do their spring and their fall show. So I had their show either, I want to say it was October. And then I had St. Leo the Great, I believe it was, not St. Gregory, St. Leo the Great. I did their show for the first time in November, I want to say, early part of November. And then I had Sweet Home that I do. This is my third year doing them, December 6th and 7th. And then I did another little show that I really was a last minute thing. I shouldn't have wasted my time, really. It wasn't well advertised, I don't believe, because I literally sold barely. I didn't even make the $25 table fee, and that has not happened to me in, I can go back as far as 13 years, and that has never happened to me. So I didn't sell really anything hardly at that show. The one thing that sold at that show that really surprised me, I only did this at the last minute, was these I think it's Crafting with Paula does them, and Carolina Crafts. And I saw her video and I said let me try these, because those two channels I know are always talking about these little mini post-it note holders. So I made mine, I made these, and these, I was shocked. They did draw a lot of interest, and I did make some sell on these. The only thing is, I wonder if anybody can let me know who sells these. I had people open them up, and what I had to do with mine is, and I'm glad I did it before the show, my Post-it note packs seem to have been coming apart, and I taped and glued mine up at the top here. And I had a lot of people at the show thumbing through them, thumbing the pages like this before they bought them. I don't know what that was all about. Every person that picked one up actually thumbed through the pages. So I was glad that I kind of like secured it down really well, because I found that mine were, I don't know, the post-it themselves were coming apart, so I had to re-glue the top part of them. But I did sell maybe about, I want to say, probably at that, because I only had them at the last little show I did, and it was only like 3 hours. It really wasn't a craft show. It really was more of a, I'm not sure what it was. They were calling it a fundraiser, but I'm not really sure what it was. But I sold probably about, I want to say maybe 7, 8 of these there, and that was the only place that I had them. But I do plan to take these at my shows from now on, and I just decorated each one differently using scraps of paper that I had, and any little findings or embellishments that I had in my stash. And now, like this one I put a little tape on, and but I think I'm gonna go back and glue them all, because I don't know, if it's the quality of the post-it notes that I ordered off Amazon. I don't know, but I am gonna double check them before I sell them at my next show. And like I said, I decorated each one differently on the outside, and I had some Buffalo Bill ones, and I was selling mine for $1. I thought that was a pretty good, you know, price draw, to the table. And but you wouldn't believe the amount of people that said, "Oh, $1." I'll have to think about that, which I thought was, I mean, for a stocking stuffer for $1. But at any rate, so those I did make up. Some of these, they were quick and easy, like Crafting by Paula, and I think Carolina Crafts was the other one that made them. They were easy, just like both of them said. So those I did sell, but like I said, I only took for that little event I had that was 3 hours. I did make a bunch of these. The coffee with the little waffle cookie, and I was selling these for $2. I did not sell any of these. I'm not sure why, because I had the tea favors as well as these. Now, what I can say about the tea favors, I had the tea favors and I had the 4 variety tea favors in a pack that I sold for $3. Sold out of those. I don't have any left. I sold out of those. And then I did sell a few of the other tea favors that I make, almost like the diaper design. I might have, I don't know if I have one here. They, those, I did sell those, but not as well as I sold the 4 variety in a pack. Those, I mean, I completely sold out. And then I did sell some of the $2 ones. These I didn't sell. I'm not sure why. I am going to continue to make them. I think because this coffee doesn't expire until April of 2026. And I believe this cookie is good until, I can't see, sometime in 2026. And I'm going to check the date on it. And I have a spring show in March. And I'm going to take them for that show. I'm just going to I'm going to carefully take them out of here and save this and redo the packaging for a more spring thing. Since I wanted to have coffee and tea, because some people come and they say, "Oh, you don't have coffee, you just have tea." And this time I had both of them and everybody wanted tea. No one wanted the coffee. My nail files, I always sell those. Those are, I only sell mine. I just do the simple design and I sell them for $2. And those are always a good seller for me. This was another top seller for me. I think I only have, I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure how many I took of these, but I want to say, I know I had to have at least, I want to say, I'm just going to guess and say I had 60, but I think I had more than 60 of these because I had some that were scented and some that were unscented. At St. Leo the Great, I know for a fact I sold at least, oh gosh, I sold out almost all of my unscented ones at St. Leo the Great. Because I had to come home and I had a few more at home, and I remember I came home and made up a few more for my Heim show. But these are, and this I have inside here with the nutcracker ornament, and I was selling these for $2. This I have is like a nutcracker hand cream. It's a little nutcracker hand cream, like a floral scent. These I saw people were going crazy for these, but the ones that sold out first, I mean, I was selling them like people were buying them for the large part 10, 12 at a time. At the Heim show, my unscented ones with the Corel hand cream in them, with the nutcracker in the decorated box, those I sold 14 of them at $2 a piece. Those went right away. I don't think I had been at the show for an hour and a half. Those went right away. And then I just had the scented ones left. And those started selling like hotcakes. I had already sold a bunch of them at St. Leo the Great. And then at Heim, I think that Sunday, I must have sold 20 or 30 more of the scented ones. So I think I might have I might have, I don't even think I have 10 of these left. I'm really hoping I have 10 of these left because I have some gift bags to make up for my daughter's job and for a couple of the neighbors. And usually I give them my leftover, whatever I have left over from the shows, I give them some of the things. And I can't believe that I'm actually thinking, oh, I may have to make a couple of boxes up of these. And I hope not, because I'm really trying to put my Christmas stuff up so that I can start, concentrating on my March show. But yeah, these were a good seller. I think next year I am going to do these again, and I am going to do another design. So I'm going to have two different designs, but these completely terrific seller. These the cup with the cups I had a couple of different kinds, and I think this is where I probably messed up, because I had the same cup, but I had different I had them made up different ways in the inside. I had this same cup, and I had just a hot cocoa, a peppermint patty, and a candy cane that I was selling for $2, and those those went. They were buying those 5 and 6 a piece, and they weren't just the snowman. They were all different kind of designs: snowman, Santa, Rudolph, gingerbread, penguin. But then I had some in the same type of cut designs. Like this one, I had coffee, and I had the coffee, mints, candy, creamer, sugar, and the spoon. These I was selling for $4. I did sell about, I want to say, maybe seven of the coffee ones in the design cup. The hot cocoa in the cup with the design definitely was more of a hit. Um, people seem to gravitate more to the cup, the cocoa in the cup, because the cup had different designs on it, like Santa and all of that, as opposed to the hot cocoa package that I made up like this. I think I only sold maybe 2 or 3 at St. Leo the Great, and I didn't sell, I don't believe, I might have sold 1 or 2 at Heim. Other than that, I didn't sell many of these at all. And I thought these were great because you got the metal spoon, 2 York peppermint patties with the Biscoff cookie, and the hot cocoa mix. And I was selling these for $7. No, that people wanted the decorative cup. So I think I am going to I think what I am going to do is I am going to take what I can out of here and kind of repackage it and see if I can sell it for my spring show, even though it is a hot cocoa thing. I think I'm just going to do a whole different design, maybe something like a storybook type of design, and have the hot cocoa and the cookie and everything, and see if I can get rid of these, because even though I believe they are good for a while, I don't like to keep, food items. I said in the future what I am going to do to make it easier for myself. Whenever I buy a food item, I'm going to have a big board right here on my wall, and I'm going to put the name of the item and the expiration date. So that way, that's going to help me know whether or not I can keep it packaged up and store it for next year, or whether or not I have to get rid of it. This way I have to tear open the package and look at something and then, determine. So I think I'm going to do that from now on. And also, I am going to start to keep a count of how many things I make. I start making stuff and I just have a cart full of it, and I'm not keeping a direct count of how many I sold in my inventory. But I can tell from the money I made that I definitely sold a lot, but I want to be more thorough with that. So, but these, nope, I didn't sell many of those at all. These are my pillow pockets, and I have Hershey Kisses inside of here. And I was selling these for $2. I don't think I sold a one, which is shocking to me. I don't think I sold not one of these, and I'm still flabbergasted. I don't know. It seemed like this year people wanted something They didn't want the traditional that they see all the time, which I understand. But I figured, my mind was thinking, well, stocking stuffer, $2, or work employee, $2. No, I didn't sell any of those. You know what did go? What did go, and I don't have one to show you, was I think I did a video on it, on my popcorn wrappers. My popcorn, the single packets of popcorns that I had decorated, those were, people were buying those 5 and 6 at a time. I think I might have 3 of those left, maybe. I want to say 3. Um, I don't think it's 2, because I know I gave 1 to a neighbor and I have 2. I have 3 of those left. Those people were flying out. They were flying out the door. I even had one lady come and buy one at my table, walk away, and came back like 20 minutes later and bought another one. The popcorn packets, definitely, you know, those were a big hit as well. So I don't know what the problem is, but I am going to make some of those up for my spring show. The these I had were the whistle pops. The whistle pops, and I had them decorated with the Labubu design on them for Halloween, and then for Christmas I had some designs on them. I didn't sell any of them. So I think what I am going to do is I'm going to, because I probably have about maybe 10, 12 of these, and I'm going to redecorate them for spring, and I'm only selling them for $2. And I think I'm going to keep that $2 and redecorate them for spring. I'm just going to take off this right here, this foam embellishment, and probably take off this purple paper, and I'm just going to have it something else with a spring design, and see if I can get rid of those at my spring show. My Wizard of Oz boxes, I thought these would go a lot. I thought I would sell out of these. Actually, more people purchased the one with the witch's hat. More people purchased this than they did the pink ones. So I think I have probably, I didn't sell out, but I did sell a good amount. I probably want to say I probably sold about half of what I took, and I probably sold more of the green ones than I did the pink ones. So I have a lot. I have mostly all the pink ones left. A lot of people gravitated toward the green ones. I didn't bring anything else in, but I want to say my big seller though was definitely the hand lotion was my big seller. The cocoa in the decorated cups. Even I did sell, like I said, some of the coffee in the decorated cups, but the cocoa in the decorated cups, those were also another big seller. There was 1 or 2 things. I did make the bottle tag holders for like a wine bottle or apple cider. Those, I only sold 2 of those. I'm not sure why, because I thought those were really cute. What else did I sell? I sold out of the tea favors. I sold out of, oh, I had the little Ghirardelli, the Ghirardelli snowman. I sold out of all of those. I usually do. I sold out of all of those. And this year I did them a little bit different. I did have some that were 3 in a pack. Those went right away. And then I had some singular ones by themselves. For some reason, the ones 3 in a pack for $3 went quicker than the ones that were singular for $1. That just like the tea favors. When you got 4 in a pack for $3. That went quicker than the single one for $2. Even though it seemed like you got the spoon and you got, but I can kind of see the value there, because the 4-pack that was $3. It had 2 honey sticks included with it, whereas the single one had the spoon, a piece of candy, and it had the tea, and it had the tea, the spoon, a piece of candy. And it had honey stickers, one honey stick for $2. So, but the variety packs seemed to go, they went a whole lot quicker. So I did have a couple of things that sold out, and those I'll definitely continue to make. I did have a lot of repeat customers, so that's for the spring show, I have repeat customers as well when I do Sweet Home High School. So that's why I want to kind of keep up on trying to do things that are kind of look a little bit different. Another thing that I sold out of, and I didn't show this on the video. This is one that's not completely finished. Is I had these purses. And I had these purses that I embellished. I embellished them with different little tags here, and I had I thought I brought one, but I didn't. I had a little keychain hanging tag on it, and I had a scarf wrapped around here, and I had each of them with candy in the inside, filled with candy in the inside. And these I sold for $8 a piece. I probably had about, I want to say 15, 16 of these, and I sold out of all of them. So I did do very well. I did sell quite a few tags. And like I said, lately I've been selling a lot of tags and a lot of cards, whereas before I wasn't selling the tags and the cards, although I continued to make them because I enjoy making them, but I wasn't selling them. I did sell I sold a couple of my journals, the composition book ones that I made. I did a video on it. I sold quite a few of those, so I do have to make up some more of those for my spring show that's in March. I think it's March 14th. So I did sell quite a few of those. So overall, I want to say that I had a very successful show. I was very pleased with this show that I did at Sweet Home for December 6th and 7th. Probably this year probably was the best year that I have ever had in all the years that I've been doing the show. And I'm so appreciative to all of my repeat customers that came, and my new my new customers that came as well. You know, it was just so gratifying, and I was just so humbled by people were literally, they had armfuls of stuff and was buying it. So I really appreciated, you know, that. And that's why my mind is focused on now, what can I do for next year? Although I am going to say for next year, for my holiday shows, I definitely will still have these cups, because I had, I think when I purchased them, they were like 100, you got 100 cups in a pack. I will definitely have these cups, but I have another idea for another thing also, because I do want to focus on something that's more for men. And I have an idea of what I want to do, because I do have a lot of people. And another thing, I had a lot of people request or inquire if they were looking for teacher gifts. So for my spring show, I am going to make some items for teachers, you know, like appreciation, or, you know, thank you, because it didn't dawn on me, but I remember at my last show, which was my fall show, a lot of people were bringing their children by, and they said, oh, what can you find for your teachers? There's something for your teacher. And I did make a few sales on some things I had, but it was a lot of people really looking for teacher gifts. And I know one lady she probably bought like 14 hand lotions, and they were going to be teacher gifts. And she was trying to find something for the men. She did buy that was the same lady that bought like the sunflower seed packets that I had made, and for the men. And she was really trying to get something that was either unisex or something for women and men. And so this year coming, I am going to concentrate on, you know, teachers and, you know, other staff. But I really, this was really a phenomenal show for me, and I did really well. Definitely my popcorn wrappers, those are always going to be a thing I am going to bring. I am going to do more cups with the cocoa for next holiday, but for my spring show, I have an idea to do something with the cups because I want to try to sell these hot cocoa packs. I don't want them to go to waste. So I don't think I'm going to do the cup with them. I have another idea in mind, and I think, it'll be a way for me to get rid of the hot cocoa packs and not let them go to waste. I think I want to try to come up with some kind of design that's like a book kind of theme, and I have something that I'm kind of trying to, formulate in my head how I'm going to do. But I can save the metal spoon for next year when I do the cup like this. But I am going to try to think of something where I can reuse or the cocoa, the cookie, and the two candies for my March show. So thank you so much for listening and coming by to see. I'm sorry I wasn't more organized, but like I said, I had a death in the family, and actually it was on the same day that I had my Heim show. And so I haven't been, it was December 6th, so I haven't been, I haven't had time to get things together. So I appreciate you listening to me and looking at my video and taking the time to, out of your day, to look at my items and listen to me ramble on about how I did at my show. And thank you so much. And please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support that everyone has given me thus far. And hopefully at this, hopefully I can get my head wrapped around what I want to do for the March show. I did come up with some ideas. I saw a video from Creations by Edwina, I want to say. She does beautiful work, and the Victorian and the, however she does, that's just something that really speaks to me. And I thought of something that I want to do with some wood pieces that I have, and I'm thinking that I might try and have some type of tree on my table, like a spring themed tree, or with a few Easter things, but mostly spring and kind of like Victorian. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, there's so much going on right now, but we'll see what I can come up with, and hopefully I can bring you another video soon. Thank you so much, and please like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.